All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Scott Whitney. Thank you so much for jumping on this Zoom this evening. For those of you taking a look at this for the first time, you're in for a very special treat tonight because we have the top income earner of the company on, Mr. Todd Strand, to walk through the opportunity presentation for you, share the value with what we have for the United Kingdom and beyond. And I'm incredibly excited for that. I want to thank your illustrious leader, Ms. Samantha Gallagher, for getting all this together, organizing all of this, and being absolutely relentless with her pursuit to help everyone else be successful. So without further ado, I want to turn this over to Mr. Todd Strand. Todd, are you out there?
I am indeed, and hello, UK.
Hello.
Hey, Samantha. I am fired up to be here. Of course, it's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon where I live, just north of San Diego. But it's kind of funny. Our business is all over the world now. I was driving down the road with the CEO and founder the other night. It was about midnight, and he goes, "Man, we're getting ready to heat it up in a big, big way based on what part of the country was about to come alive at that moment." So, or should I say, what part of the world? But I do, for those of you who are here, maybe for the first time, for those of you who have not previously met, I want to give you guys kind of a real good sense as to who we are as a company, where we're going, why we're exploding, why you might want to participate. I can tell you that for my wife, Gina, and I, this has just been an unbelievable, we got to pinch ourselves kind of experience. We literally told a few, who told a few, who told a few. Next thing you know, we had team in South Korea, Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, Japan, the UK, Philippines. I know that there's a group in Russia that's getting ready to come on board, Romania, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, Canada. We got our new one-star directors in France, Belgium. And so we are spreading like crazy. And there's a reason for that. And that's kind of what I'm going to cover in the slideshow, why people are kind of flocking into our company. And so I'm going to go ahead and pull up my screen here. We'll do a screen share. All right. And the place everybody wants to go is right there on the screen. But we'll go to the beginning. So again, I do want to welcome you guys to our presentation. I'm going to walk you guys kind of through a slideshow. We are pre-launching the United Kingdom. That's a dadgum big deal. Anytime you get to be part of the launch of your country, anytime you get to be there at the very genesis, the very commencement of bringing a company in, that's, the place everybody wants to be, right? Everyone, how do I get to the top? Well, I had a mentor who once said the sure way to get to the top is start there. And that's where every single one of you are in the United Kingdom. Now, I can tell you that when we did this pre-launch campaign in the United States, this is what launched my wife and I's business. After 2 weeks, we had like 1,100 people. After 5 weeks, we had 10,000. At the end of 8 weeks, our volume was $77,000. So again, being there at the commencement, the genesis, can really catapult you guys from where you are to where you want to be. Now, as we begin our presentation, we like to start with a very simple question. If you had all the time and all the money in the world, what would you do? And if you went out and asked 100 people that question, do your own survey, do your own research. You'll find out that, about 99 out of 100 would say travel. It happens to be the #1 search word on the entire internet. It's the stuff that people dream of. Just walk around any office and look at all the various screensavers, and you're going to see, sunny beaches and palm trees and, the mountains and skiing. And, it's always something fun, something, travel related, family related. So again, this is the stuff that people dream of doing. And we're showing people how to do that for pennies on the dollar. And so I can't stress that enough. Showing people how to, take trips at prices they didn't even know were remotely possible. How about a $25 per day cruise? This includes, obviously when you're on a cruise, it's gluttony, right? It's never ending, buffets, and, it's a feast. And $25 a day going on a cruise. How about a $63 per day all-inclusive resort? Now, if you've never been to an all-inclusive resort, these are unbelievable because #1, the resorts are absolutely gorgeous. The swimming pools, jacuzzi tubs, right on the beach. The most absolutely, clearest water you've ever seen in your life. And then on top of that, not only is your resort covered, it includes all of the food, all of the drinks, whether it be alcohol or otherwise. Leave your wallet at home. You couldn't even tip if you wanted to. And, being able to go for $63 per day US, you can't stay at cheap motels for that kind of price. And here you are at an all-inclusive resort with all the food, the drinks, everything. Now, how about going to China for 10 days for $9.99? I'll be talking more about that in a little bit of a moment. When you align yourself with our company, by the way, you're actually going to get a free vacation right out of the gate. You're going to get a trip to Bali, Thailand, or Spain. So there's 3 different locations you get to choose from, but you get that free vacation. The day you decide to partner with us, you can actually book your vacation that exact same day. We're going to show you guys how you can make some incredible money simply referring people who might want to travel. And so you don't have to do any work. You just, basically you're going to make a referral. Now, the travel agency, they're going to do all the booking, do all the work, and you get to share in 60% of whatever commission was created. And so if you were to go out there and just do about a half a dozen deals, that can make you, $7,000 right in that neighborhood for simply referring a half a dozen deals. In fact, as you look at the screen here, the $6,761 US, that came from just 5 deals. Imagine if you did 10 or 20 or 40, right? Understand every single person every single person you bump into is going to book travel at some point this year, and every one of them would happily do it with you if they knew they could get the same price or better, which they can. Now, we're going to show you guys how to turn fun into fortune. We're going to be telling you guys about our company. Although we're just launching in the UK, the parent company is not new. They are now in their 6th year in business. They paid out millions of dollars in commissions all over the globe. Our CEO and founder, Mr. David Hart, and his lovely wife, Adela, they are world-class entrepreneurs. In fact, Mr. Hart was voted Entrepreneur of the Year. He was the runner-up by Inc. magazine when he was only 24 years of age. And so he's been setting records in business his entire life, traditional business, turned his attention to the direct selling business, started setting records there. And of course, now he has his own company, and he has turned his sights to the single largest industry on the planet. Now, the reason I point that out is that understand that if you want to succeed in anything, right, you want to find a market that's huge. In fact, they had this whole survey of I shouldn't say survey, study of what are the odds of a certain business becoming $1 billion, company? What are the odds of you making it big? And they found that the bigger the sector that you're going into, the greater the chance of success. And well, with that in mind, the single largest industry on the planet is the travel space. Not to mention, this is an industry that's growing by leaps and bounds. It's at $8 trillion now, expected to go to $15 trillion in the next 10 to 15 years. And so one of the secrets to wealth is find an industry that's growing at the rate you want to grow. Find an industry that's going to explode in growth, whether you get involved or not, and then say, hey, how do I get in front of that? How do I become a conduit to that? How do I, be someone who's a participant? And then finally, you want to find an industry that's not a fad. You don't want to hop on the latest gravy train to find out it's going to be great for the next 12 months, but then it goes away. And so when you look at travel, this is an industry that always has been, always will be. They were traveling at the time of, Abraham. They were traveling at the time of Noah. In fact, the first cruise ship ever was Noah's Ark. They were traveling at the time of Christopher Columbus. They'll be traveling long after all of us are gone. And so again, travel always has been, always will be. It's a solid industry, something you can count on. Something that's growing by leaps and bounds, single largest in the world, and there's just no better place to be. In fact, if you just pull up a list of the top 10 internet companies in the world, you'll see that not one of them, but 2 of them are travel companies. And it was Warren Buffett, the 3rd richest man on the planet, who said, hey, if you want to, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. And so when you think about trying to make money while you sleep, there's no better way to do that than with residual income or an internet business. And here we're kind of marrying the 2. We're going to give you guys obviously a travel business here that you can participate in. You can refer the sales, you can build teams, you can span the globe. You can make money while you sleep. And so you come on board as a referral travel agent. As I mentioned earlier, you can simply refer anyone who's looking to book travel to the agency. And of course, when they go there, they can book, hotels, rental cars, cruises, excursions, vacation packages, travel insurance, all that kind of stuff. And whatever commission is created, you get to share in 60% of that commission. Well, again, understand that every single person every single person you bump into is going to book travel at some point this year. And every one of them would happily do that with you if they knew they could get the same price or better. In fact, I could prove that. Just picture that you're going to take a trip tomorrow. You would do what everybody else does. You would go online, you begin to do your price search, you're checking this site, checking that site, and then eventually you remember, oh, that's right, my mom's got a travel business. And so you call mom up, right? And she gets you in touch with the travel agency, and you find out that mom can get you the exact same trip on the exact same date at the exact same price. Who are you giving the business to? You're like, what, you kidding me? I mean, mom. I mean, it's not even close. I mean, mom wins 100 out of 100. Even if mom was a little more, you would still give the business to mom because it's mom. What if it was dad? Again, dad wins. What if it was your brother, your sister, best friend, next door neighbor, somebody from work, somebody from church, someone you just bumped into in an Uber car ride, right? Again, human nature is we'd rather give the commissions to someone we know, someone we've met, as opposed to someone we've never met. And so it becomes a very, very simple business where you guys can go out and dominate. And our goal as a company is to go out and get a couple million people, in the travel business. So no different than Uber. When you think about Uber, they're now worth almost 100 and some odd billion dollars, by the way. In the United States alone, they have 2 million people who drive Uber for a living. Okay, so they're using their own car just for a chance to make some extra money. And of course, that's how Uber took over the entire transportation industry and created a phenomenon. Well, if you juxtapose the opportunity of driving your own car to make money driving Uber compared to referring a handful of sales and making money for booking travel, it's not even close. You can make way more money. It's way more fun, way more lucrative. You don't have to leave home. You don't have to, honking horns and run your car to the ground, right? And so we have something pretty special here. And as we get it out there in the marketplace, like we're doing now, it's catching on in a big, big way. And of course, we're going to train you every step of the way. Having no experience doesn't matter. And there's some big time benefits for being in the travel space. Number one, you get to go on exclusive only travel agent trips. Now, these are known as familiarization trips or FAM trips for short. And again, there are hundreds of these kinds of trips to choose from. There are literally trips to every part of the world, countries you've never heard of, all-inclusive resorts and cruises. And if you want to go to Rome, or if you want to go see the pyramids of Egypt, or African safari, or this or that, you name it, there's a lot of different ways of, making money in the travel space. And so again, we have the FAM trips, hundreds of them to choose from. This trip right here, you see, is China. Got the Cabo San Lucas trip here. The Cabo San Lucas trip here is $119 per day. This is one of the nicest resorts in the world, by the way. Again, this includes all of your food, drinks, everything. I talked earlier about the $25 per day cruise, the $63 per day all-inclusive resort. And here's the trip to China. This trip, by the way, includes airfare. It includes 5-star accommodations. It includes food. It includes ground transportation. It includes a guide who would take you from the Great Wall of China to Beijing to here to there to everywhere. So this entire trip, 10 days, everything is only $999 US. And so, gang, I make the joke all the time that in the United States, you cannot go to a local Motel 6, which is not a very nice place, right? Not bad, but not exactly great. You cannot go to a local Motel 6 and eat at the Burger King next door, right? For the next 10 days for $999. But you can get on a plane and go to China and 5-star accommodations and the food and the guide and see all the sights for the exact same money. And so that's what it means to travel for pennies on the dollar. Again, there are hundreds of these trips to choose from. This is just a handful of examples. When you come on board, you can see the entire list, and there's new ones every single day. Now, in addition, because you're in the travel business, you now get to book hotels, rental cars, cruises. If you're just going kind of a hotel for a couple of nights, or maybe you're taking with the family, they're going on a cruise, you now get to use that travel agent credential, and you can now book travel. It's what's called the net price. So as you look at the screen here, the prices in red, that's the retail price. That's the price that people would pay at Expedia or Trivago or Kayak or Priceline, right? That's what the general public pays. You'll never pay that price again because you're in the travel space. You paid the price in blue. So just on that one example in the upper left-hand corner, the Conrad Hotel, you can see that Expedia wants $881, but the travel agent rate is $561. You just saved $320 on 3 nights. That's over $100 per night that you just saved. And again, you can do that on hotels, rental cars, cruises, activities. By the way, as you get your IATAN card, just kind of move up. There's other perks and stuff like that. We'll talk about that in some trainings. In fact, we have some incredible things coming. Now, inside our agency that we built into what we call a vacation program. We recognize as a company, the number one dream in the world is people want to travel the world. And the only thing that holds people back is a lack of money. And so we put together the coolest vacation program on the planet, one that can show anyone, anywhere, on any budget, how they can have a dream vacation every single year. And if you come on board with our company, for every dollar you spend, you are going to earn a point toward a dream vacation at the end of the year. So just imagine 12 months from now, you've accumulated enough points to go to Cabo San Lucas for 7 nights, 8 days. Now, the Pueblo Bonito resort, which is being shown there on the screen, this goes for about $299 a night US. And so, if you were down there for 7 days, you're talking like $2,100 US. But here in the example we're showing you, you're not only getting a discount from our company, but you're able to use all those points you've accumulated and go down there for 7 nights for $249. And so absolutely incredible. Or maybe going to Colorado for $99. And so this is all part of what we do. And to come on board with our company is a one-time $129, and then it's only $69 a month thereafter. Or we have our platinum program at $249, and then that's $129 per month. We kind of get an even split. Our titanium was our number one for a while, the $129, but the platinum has had a huge surge. I think that's probably because of our comp plan, and I'll explain that in a couple of moments and some of the other bevies to go with it, right? But again, whether you go titanium for $129 and $69 a month, or whether you go platinum for $249 and $129 a month, either one, it includes everything. It includes your replicated websites, your training, travel credentials, access to all the fam trips, the exclusive travel agent only type trips, the agency that does all the work for you, the trainings that I mentioned, and you get the free vacation as part of that program as well. You either get to go to Thailand, Spain, or Bali. I had a buddy that just got back from his free vacation. He went to Thailand. In fact, I can send video of his trip to you if you'd like. But he had a private swimming pool, full kitchen, full living room. You go up the stairs to the bedroom, full-size bedroom, had a balcony overlooking the mountains. And so absolutely incredible vacation. And if you come on board today for $129, you can book this vacation today. If you come on board for $249 or platinum, you can book the vacation today. Now, I encourage you to book your vacation because in our program, we have a program called Get 3, and the entire thing is better than free. Now, you can get your 3 by simply going on your free vacation. I mean, if you go to Thailand and you got the private swimming pool, the full kitchen, the full living room, you go upstairs to the bedroom and the balcony, and you put this on your social media, and you're kind of like, I'm on a free vacation. You're kind of bragging, right? Little social media brag here. You're going to have friends on Facebook or Snapchat or, Instagram, whatever you're on. Say, hold on, wait, how did you get a free vacation? Well, and when they get done figuring out what you did, they're like, well, hook a brother up. How do I get one of those? Well, then, you get 3. And when you get 3, you're better than free. Well, then your 3 go on their free vacation. Well, then they get 3. Then their 3 go on their free vacation, then they get 3. And we're going to pay you on all of this activity in our 10X compensation program. So as the group grows and goes deep, you're going to get paid on every bit of that activity. Now, we call this a 10X pay plan because we literally pay out 10 times as much as a lot of other companies in our space. Now, that's not my opinion. That is a fact. The great thing about numbers is numbers don't lie. I can show you this size team over here pays X. The exact same size team over here pays Y. The number is. I'll show that to you in a couple seconds. Now, it is my opinion you can grow faster with our company than any other company out there. Now, that's just my opinion. It's a fact that we pay out 10 times as much. My opinion, you can grow faster with us. Now, the reason I believe that is our product. It just doesn't get any easier than the travel business. I mean, you can literally ask anybody you bump into. You could be in a grocery store line, a bus line, out shopping for the holidays. You can bump into anybody and say, hey, do you like to travel? Oh my gosh, we love to travel. I mean, they'll pull out their phone, start showing you the pictures. And then I go say, hey, next time you book, if I can get you the same price or better, will you book with me? And they go, yeah, of course. I don't know anybody at Expedia. I don't know anybody at Orbitz. Very, very, very easy to get business. And again, just a half a dozen deals can make you $7,000+ Now, we also have our 30-day free trial. And again, free. You can't sell free. Free is free. You can hook somebody up on the free trial. They can book at the net rate. They get to book at the travel agent rate. They can experience the whole thing, see what that's like, see what kind of savings they can enjoy. And if at the end of 30 days, if they like it, it's only $12.95 per month. And the great thing is that we get to earn up to $10 per month on every customer we get. And you can build an army of people doing the exact same thing. If you were to bring on Bob, Sue, and Joe, Joe is your third recruit. When Joe goes out there and gets a customer at $12.95, that is going to earn you $10 per month. If Joe gets a second customer at $12.95, that's going to earn you another $10 per month. So you can earn up to $20 per month on Joe from him getting 2 customers. Let's say that Joe brings on Bob. Bob goes out there and gets 2 customers. I'm now going to earn $20 a month on Joe, and I'm going to earn $20 per month on Bob. Joe brings on Ginger. Ginger gets a couple of customers. I'm now earning $20 a month on Joe, Bob, and Ginger. Bob and Ginger bring on 2, and their 2 get a couple of customers. Well, I'm going to earn $20 per month on Bob's 2, and I'm going to earn $20 per month on Ginger's 2. Their 2 get 2. Their 2's 2 get 2, get 2, get 2, get 2. So it goes 2, 4, 8. Who do we appreciate? 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512. The group continues to geometrically grow, and you are going to earn $20 per month on every single person when they get their first 2 customers. I don't care if Joe builds a team of 1 million people in a straight line. If all 1 million get 2 customers each, you are going to earn $20 per month times 1 million. Now, you're not limited to bringing on just Joe. You can bring on Mary. You can bring on Fred, Barney, Wilma, Bam Bam, Mr. Slade, the whole Flintstone gang. And every time you add somebody new, you simply start a brand new line where I'm going to earn that $20 per month. Now, in addition to earning the $20 per month, you are going to get paid in all of the vacation packages. When somebody comes on board for our titanium package at $129, that's going to pay you $50 starting on your third person. If somebody comes on for our platinum program at $249, that's going to pay you $100. So let's assume Joe comes on board and does the platinum. You just made $100. Joe brings on 2. One of them does our titanium. You just made $50. The other one does a platinum. You just made $100. Those 2 bring on 2. 3 of them do a titanium. You make 50 times 3. One does a platinum. You just made $100. Let's assume those 4 people bring on 2. That's 8. To keep the math simple, we'll assume they all did a platinum. You would earn $100 times 8. You just made $800. Those 8 bring on 2. That's 16. They all do a platinum. You just made $1,600. Those 16 bring on 2. That's 32. They all do a platinum. You just made $3,200. And I don't care if 1 million people come in a straight line, you are going to earn either 50 or 100 on every single one of them when they buy a vacation package. And you're going to earn that $20 per month that I mentioned just a moment ago. And again, you're not limited to just Joe. You can bring on Mary. She gets 2, who get 2, who get 2, who get 2. You're making the 50s and the 100s on their vacation packages. You're making $20 per month on their customers. And we haven't even shown you the real money yet. The real money happens in our daily pay. And in our daily pay, you can only build 2 legs. Just like your physical body has a left leg and a right leg, so does your business. And so if I were to bring on Samantha and I were to bring on Daryl, I might have Samantha on my left, Daryl on my right. Anybody else that I sponsor has to go below one of those 2. I have no choice. So if I bring on Scott Whitney, and Scott is my third recruit, well, number one, remember in our compensation plan, when I get 3, the entire thing is better than free. So I am now break even, okay? Now, secondly, I bring on Scott, and I have to put Scott either below Samantha or Daryl, one of the 2. So I'm going to assume for one moment I put Scott down below Daryl. Now, I'm going to assume that Daryl didn't know Scott from Adam, and Scott didn't know Daryl. But if Scott goes out and builds a massive business, which he is in fact doing, his business is now spanning the world, Daryl is going to benefit in the daily pay exactly the same as me, exactly the same as you, and you didn't know him from Adam, right? And so that's the great thing about our system, is there's kind of a spillover effect. You can only build the 2 legs. Now, I'm going to assume that you go out there and bring on 4. So if you get 3 better than free, I'm going to assume you bring on 4. And if you can help your 4 get 4, well, guess what? You just became a 1-star director in our competition program. As a 1-star director, you are now earning $10 per day minimum. That's your minimum income. Cannot be less. You're making $300 per month. Now, that does not include earning the $20 per month per person. That does not include earning all the 50s and the 100s in every vacation package. That does not include earning all of the travel commissions for simply referring to the travel agency. Remember, a half a dozen deals can make you $7,000 plus. It doesn't include all that money. That's just daily pay, $10 a day. Now, if you happen to bring on your first 3 and you do that in your first 30 days, the company's going to kick in an additional $200 per month. So now you're at a minimum of $500 per month, plus your travel commissions, plus the $20 per month per person, plus the 50s and the 100s. So realistically, you're going to be somewhere between $500 and $800 per month. We've had some people do this in a week. We've had some people get here in a month. We've had some people get here in a quarter, because we've had some that have never gotten here. But, I mean, if some people have gotten here in a week, and it's more than one, I think it's, a half a dozen. Some people have gotten here in a month, too many to count. Some have gotten here in a quarter, right? Clearly, we're not breaking a 4-minute mile. You don't have to be Roger Bannister and do something incredible. I mean, obviously, this is something highly, highly doable if some people are doing it in a week and some are doing it in a month. And when you think about having a realistic way to show the average person today how to get to, $500 to $800 per month, residual income, extra money on top of whatever it is you're doing, and we can have you there next week or next month or in the next 3 months, either number, that is life-changing. And it fits right in with what economists are calling the gig economy. When you kind of think about eras, eras are normally defined by the economy of the time. So we used to call it the Industrial Revolution, and then we called it the Information Age. Well, today they're kind of calling this global economy the gig economy, because so many people are kind of looking for that side hustle. They're looking for that kind of extra thing they can do to make money. And so when you look at our business, travel, single largest industry on the planet, growing by leaps and bounds, the #1 search word on all of Google, the one thing everyone dreams of doing, and showing people how to do that for pennies on the dollar, and showing people how to profit by simply referring to the agency or telling a few who tell a few, and your business can grow globally. There's just no better time to be in our kind of a space. Now, let's assume you can help therefore get 4. Well, guess what? You just became a 2-star director. As a 2-star director, you cannot make less than $1,000 per month. Cannot happen. And that is your absolute minimum income. Now, if you become a platinum or upgrade to platinum, and you do that in your first 60 days, when you become a 2-star director, you will now make $1,500 a month instead of $1,000 per month. So that's kind of one of those advantages to being a platinum. Now, that $1,500 a month does not include the $20 per month per person. That does not include the 50s and the 100s and all the vacation packages infinitely deep. That does not include any of your travel commissions. And so many of our 2-stars are well over $2,000 per month. Now, we've had some people get here in about 2 weeks. I think we've had 4 or 5 families do it in 2 weeks. We've had countless families do it in 2 months, 60 days. And we've had some people do it 2 quarters, 6 months. And again, whether it takes you 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 quarters, to have a realistic way to get to $2,000 per month US on top of whatever it is you're doing for a living. I mean, that just changes countless, lives. I mean, there's just countless families that could benefit in a major, major way from that kind of money. And of course, as the team grows, so does the money. And we're going to recognize you in a way that no other company has done before. When you become a 2-star director, we host an event in Las Vegas, Nevada. If you were to come out as a 2-star director, we would put you up in 5-star accommodations for 2 nights, 3 days. We would wine you, dine you, and then we would give you a championship ring. In fact, I happen to be wearing one right this very moment. I don't know if you guys can see it on the screen. There it is. So we have a men's version of that. We have a ladies' version of that. They were made by a jeweler. They're absolutely stunning. And so, again, they've been a huge success. Now, if you can help therefore get 4, you just became car qualified. And that means you can now get up to $600 per month, whether it be toward an Audi, BMW, Cadillac, Mercedes, whatever your dream car is. And as a 3-star director, you are basically now knocking on $40,000 per year US. You're at $2,100 a month in daily pay. That's $25,000 a year US. If you're taking advantage of the car, that's $600 a month US. That's another $7,200. So that brings you to $32,000 a year US. If you then add up all of your travel commissions, the $20 per month per person, the 50s and the 100s, I mean, again, you were easily knocking on $40,000 in income. And we've had some people get there in 90 days. And if you can help therefore get 4, hey, guess what? You just became an ambassador with our company. As an ambassador, you're now making basically $60,000 US, maybe more in income. And of course, the income just goes up from there. There's no limit to how much money you can make in our company. You can make all the way up to $250,000 a year with just 2 legs. At that moment, you can add a third leg, which then could take you into the 7 figures. And understand that we have everything in place. Now, we've got the recorded webinars. We got the 30-day free trials. We got the free vacation. The day you come on board, if you guys get signed up tonight, you pay your $129, you can book your vacation tonight. And there's just nowhere you can get a 4 or 5-star vacation for $129. And that is just your absolute worst case scenario. And of course, then if you tell a few who tell a few, for people like me and Samantha and Scott and so many others, you can see your business begin to take off, see your business grow. And now you're earning money on the sales and efforts of countless numbers of people from not just the UK, but eventually that'll spread into Europe and other parts of the world as well. So, hey, Samantha, I'll stick around and ask any questions that might be out there. Scott, I don't know if you want to chime in here with any other comments, but that's our basic slideshow presentation. I appreciate you guys inviting me, and I'll turn it back over to you.
All right, well, listen, Todd, I really appreciate you taking the time out to share all that information with the team. The biggest thing that I have for everybody right now is this. You're one of 3 types of people at this point, in my opinion. You're either that person that looks at this and says, you're a type 1 person. You just want to be a customer. You want to have access to our travel portal, our wholesale travel portal. And you're going to go ahead and get started today with your free 30-day trial. You want to make sure you get back to the person that put you on this Zoom and get that started as soon as possible. Or you're that type 2 person, that person that saw this and said, you know what? I want to make a little bit of extra money working from home, but I really like the travel aspect of this, the wholesale portal, and then possibly the certified travel agent piece. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Get back to the person that put you on this Zoom and get that ball rolling today as well. But if you're that type 3 person, that entrepreneurial type, like wants to build not just a home-based business, but an actual full-time income business, then you're going to get started today with our Platinum package, and we're going to be off to the races helping you be successful as well. All the groups, all the teams, everything that we have here for resources is at your disposal to help you be successful. No matter which way you want to join our Travel Club membership today, we have tools and resources for you. So with that, I'm going to stop the recording and we can answer any questions that anybody may have.